Dr. Doom just stopped Thor's attack like it was nothing. Steve Rogers is back. The X-Men are already in serious trouble. And somewhere in all of this, Marvel may have hidden the biggest clue yet about what Avengers Doomsday is actually about. But here's the important part. Some of these details are confirmed by the trailer, while others are theories that could completely change how we understand the movie. So let's break down the biggest hidden details in the Avengers Doomsday trailer. 1. The trailer opens with a destroyed Xavier's school. Confirmed, the very first major visual is not Dr. Doom. It's Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, damaged and in ruins. And that is a very deliberate choice. Marvel could have opened this trailer with the Avengers. They could have shown Dr. Doom. They could have shown Steve Rogers. Instead, the trailer immediately shows us that the X-Men's world has already been hit by something catastrophic. Now, here's where we need to be careful. Confirmed, the school is damaged. Not confirmed, that Dr. Doom personally destroyed it. The trailer does not tell us exactly what happened, but it does establish one thing. By the time the events of Doomsday unfold, the X-Men's world is already dealing with a massive crisis. And that could be our first clue that this movie isn't about one universe being attacked. It may be about multiple realities collapsing at the same time. Dr. Doom says, "Something's coming, something we may not be able to deter." Then he talks about an unthinkable decision. Now, this is incredibly interesting because Doom doesn't immediately sound like a villain announcing a conquest. He's talking about something coming, something dangerous, something so extreme that an impossible decision may have to be made. And that leads to our first major theory. What if Dr. Doom isn't simply trying to destroy reality? What if he believes that some realities have to be sacrificed in order to save others? That would be very different from the usual Marvel villain story, because Doom may genuinely believe that he is the only person willing to make the decision everyone else is too afraid to make. Now, to be clear, Marvel has not confirmed that this is Doom's plan, but the trailer's dialogue absolutely leaves room for that interpretation. And if that theory is correct, Doom may not see himself as the villain at all. One of the biggest things this trailer makes clear is that Doomsday is bringing together characters from completely different corners of Marvel. We have the Avengers, the new Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Wakandan characters, Talokan characters, and the X-Men. This isn't just one team assembling to fight one villain. This is a collision of different groups that don't necessarily trust each other. The Fantastic Four arrive and interact with the new Avengers. Other heroes are shown fighting each other, and that brings us to something very important. Strong inference. The biggest challenge in this movie may not be getting enough heroes together. It may be getting them to actually work together, because the trailer appears to show heroes from different worlds fighting each other before they can unite against Doom. And that could be exactly what Doom wants. 4. Wakanda and Talokan may still be divided. Confirmed. The trailer includes Shuri, M'Baku, the Dora Milaje, Namor, and Talokan characters, and the footage shows tension and conflict between these groups. So even while the multiverse is facing a massive threat, some of Marvel's most powerful factions are still divided. Thor's speech about putting aside their differences suddenly becomes much more important, because this may be the real theme of the movie. The heroes cannot survive separately. They have to stop fighting each other before they can fight Doom. Theory. Could Dr. Doom be taking advantage of these existing conflicts? That is possible. But again, the trailer does not confirm that Doom created the Wakanda-Talokan conflict. The safest conclusion is simply, the heroes are already divided, and Doom's arrival makes that division even more dangerous. 5. Mystique creates a trust nightmare. Confirmed. One of the most interesting moments in the trailer shows Mystique using her shapeshifting ability, and she appears to take the form of another character. This may look like a simple action scene, but the implications are much bigger. Because in a movie with this many heroes, how do you know who you can trust? If Mystique can imitate someone on the team, then suddenly every conversation becomes suspicious. Every alliance becomes dangerous, and every character could potentially be an imposter. Strong inference. This could give Doomsday a major paranoia storyline. The heroes may not only be asking, how do we defeat Dr. Doom? They may also be asking, who is actually standing beside us? Now, Whether Mystique's shapeshifting becomes a major plot point is not confirmed. But the trailer clearly uses her ability to create a situation where identity and trust become major questions. 6. Dr. Doom stopping Thor is more important than it looks. Confirmed. Then we get one of the trailer's biggest moments. Thor attacks Dr. Doom, and Doom stops the attack with almost unbelievable ease. The exact visual is designed to send one message: Dr. Doom is not a normal villain. Now, we should be careful here. This one moment does not automatically prove that Doom is physically stronger than Thor in every possible way. But it does establish how Marvel wants the audience to perceive him. Thor is one of the most powerful heroes in the MCU, and Doom makes his attack look almost effortless. Strong inference. The movie is clearly establishing Doom as a threat on a completely different level. And that may be the reason the heroes need so many different teams to unite against him. Because if Thor alone cannot stop Doom, who can? 7. Steve Rogers is back. But the big question is, which Steve? Confirmed. The trailer brings back Steve Rogers. And obviously, this is one of the biggest moments in the entire trailer. But here's where the mystery begins. The trailer confirms the appearance of Steve Rogers. What it does not necessarily explain is exactly where this version of Steve comes from, or how his story connects to the current multiverse crisis. That creates several possibilities. Theory: is this the same Steve Rogers who lived his life after returning the Infinity Stones? Is he from another timeline? Is he being pulled into the current reality? Or is there something completely different happening? The trailer alone does not give us a definitive answer. So when you see people saying they have already figured out exactly which version of Steve this is, take that with a grain of salt. The character is confirmed. The full explanation is not. 8. The Mjolnir moment may be more than fan service. Confirmed. The trailer also gives us a massive Steve Rogers and Thor moment involving Mjolnir. And obviously, this instantly reminds everyone of Avengers Endgame. But the emotional meaning of this scene could be even bigger, because Steve Rogers is not just another character returning. He represents the original Avengers era. Thor represents the present. And now, the two of them are standing together again in a movie that is bringing together multiple generations of Marvel characters. Strong inference. This scene may be Marvel's way of saying, the old Avengers are not completely gone, but we should not jump too far ahead. The trailer does not confirm exactly how important Steve will be to the entire plot, and it definitely does not confirm every theory fans have created around his return. What is confirmed is simple: Steve Rogers is back, and Marvel knows exactly how powerful that moment is for fans. 9. Loki's return could be the biggest multiverse clue. Confirmed. Loki also appears in the trailer, and his presence is immediately interesting because of everything that happened in Loki Season 2. Loki is no longer simply the character we knew from the early MCU. His story is now deeply connected to timelines and the multiverse. So whenever Loki appears in a movie like Doomsday, the question is automatically, what does he know? Theory: could Loki already know that something bigger is coming? Could he be connected to Steve Rogers' storyline? Could he understand the multiverse crisis better than almost anyone else? All of those are possible, but none of those explanations are confirmed by the trailer. The confirmed detail is simply that Loki is involved. The exact reason is still one of the movie's biggest mysteries. And honestly, that's probably exactly how Marvel wants it. 10. The biggest hidden detail may be what the trailer doesn't explain. Confirmed. The trailer shows us Dr. Doom. It shows us the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Steve Rogers, Thor, Loki, Wakanda, Talokan, but it still refuses to fully explain one thing: what exactly is causing all of these worlds to collide. We know the movie involves a massive multiversal threat. We know Doom is at the center of the story, but the trailer does not give us the complete answer. And that's where the biggest theories begin. The big theory: what does Doom really want? Theory: not confirmed. The biggest possibility is that Dr. Doom may be trying to control the collapse of reality. Not necessarily prevent it, not necessarily cause it, but control it. If multiple universes are colliding, someone may eventually have to make an impossible choice. Which universe survives? Which one disappears? And who gets to decide? Doom may believe that he should be the one making that decision. Again, this is theory. Marvel has not confirmed the exact details of Doom's plan, But the trailer's language about an unthinkable decision makes this theory especially interesting, because it suggests that the real conflict may not simply be heroes versus villain, could be who gets to decide the future of the entire multiverse. Clapperboard final verdict. After watching this trailer closely, here's what I think. The biggest mistake would be to look at Avengers Doomsday as just another massive superhero team-up. The trailer appears to be setting up something much more complicated. Multiple worlds, multiple teams, old heroes returning, new heroes colliding, and Doctor Doom standing at the center of a crisis that may force everyone to make impossible choices. The confirmed facts are already massive, but the theories? Those could completely change how we understand this movie. And honestly, that's what makes this trailer so interesting. Now I want to know what you think. Do you believe Doctor Doom is trying to destroy the multiverse? Or does he actually believe he's trying to save it? And do you think the Steve Rogers we see is the same version we know from the original Avengers timeline? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Storyflix for more movie news, hidden details, and theories from the biggest movies and shows in Hollywood. Because with Avengers Doomsday, we may have only seen the beginning.